list. Daniel Jones, he's landing the ultimate alpha wide receiver one in Kenny Golladay. I've heard a lot of people on various podcasts that I listened to before he got picked up just being like, why aren't more people just throwing the kitchen sink to get Kenny Golladay? You know, his talent, undeniable. And I admit when he's played, he has been really, really awesome. But he supposedly, you know, you're saying his addition changes the entire complexion of the offense. You're not the only guy I've heard say that. You think Daniel Jones is going to really benefit greatly from having a weapon like that?
If Daniel Jones is any good himself, then yes.
Which is not like a slam dunk.
No, not at all. We don't know quite yet. We've seen glimpses of amazing Daniel Jones. In fact, 2 years ago, only Lamar Jackson had more 30-point fantasy games than Daniel Jones. So, like, we know there is a ceiling there. And it's a very, very high ceiling for Daniel Jones. But we've also seen a disturbingly horrible floor. How much of that was weaponry and how much of it's play calling, we don't know yet. But for now, we at least have the weaponry excuse off the table because Golladay, when he is healthy, is an elite alpha. He is big. He is fast. He is strong. He is everything you want from your wide receiver one. And he was third in contested catches across these last 2 years. I know you love the contested catch rate, so I wanted to make sure I got that on there for you.
Oh, Galladay's a guy that's up there too, right?
What's that?
Galladay's a guy that's up there too.
Yeah, third in the last 2 years, right. 36 contested catches. Jump balls go from 50-50 to like 65-35 when you have a guy like Kenny Golladay. And Daniel Jones, you know, for all his faults and all the disturbing floor we just talked about and falling on his face when no defenders are near him.
That's the only thing I'm going to remember about that guy.
Just notorious. He's still, according to Pro Football Focus, had the best passer rating on passes of more than 20-plus yards. I think
that can't possibly be true.
I mean, Pro Football Focus, you can have your qualms with them however you want. I don't know how that's necessarily true either. But still, I do think Daniel Jones, I've seen glimpses where like this guy has a very live arm and a lot of talent. My biggest worry here is Jason Garrett still the play caller and just him standing there and like clapping. I just fucking hate Jason Garrett. I want him out of the league and done more. He had his years where Tony Romo lit it up. We had plenty of explosive Cowboys offenses, but I think that's a lot more about Tony Romo than it was Jason Garrett. Even still, though, if Daniel Jones is going to take that next step, and we've seen a lot of those like Josh Allen, like, oh, he was so raw, and then he got his number one, and this offense just blew up. I mean, there's a lot of those parallels. He has his number one now. He has the arm. He certainly can sling it deep. I just think Brian Daboll for the Bills is a significantly smarter human being than we've seen Jason Garrett ever be. So many 4 wide receiver sets, no huddle, pushing the pace. That's just not Jason Garrett. Maybe it will be this year. He certainly has all the talent around him he needs to thrive. Either way, like Daniel Jones was 28th on my QBs. Now he's in a top 20 spot for me because of this weaponry, because of the complexion of the offense. Now you get Saquon back, you get a couple linemen back, Solder, little improvements there. I do think everything is around him that there should be no more excuses other than Jason Garrett or Daniel Jones sucking himself, and I will take that risk. Not over Ryan Fitzmagic, my favorite late-round QB, but I will take that risk in the late rounds of fantasy drafts, no doubt about it.